What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about an extremely popular topic here on the channel. We're talking about cheap that lasts a long time. I've got 10 of them, very specific. Some are more affordable designers, some are Middle Eastern, some are inspired by, some are kind of a twist hybrid. There's a little bit of kind of a lot for different people depending on what you're looking for, but 10 great fragrances to choose from in my personal opinion. Now, of course, the performance here is what I experience, so again, there's no guarantees that you will get the same that I get. You may get just as good, may get better, may get worse. Who knows? But you don't know until you get it on your skin yourself. But let's go ahead and dive into these 10, shall we? Stay tuned. Starting with kind of a best kept secret, I did put a little bit of hype on this one a while back. Still great fragrance if you're looking for a good sweet iris. This is Homme Le Parfum specifically. See how it says Le Parfum at the bottom? This is, in my opinion, the best version of Homme. I have the Eau de Parfum, I have the Absolute, I have Homme Ice, I have the original Homme. It destroys the rest of them, both in performance because it's nuclear. This is crazy strong, and it just really speaks to me. It starts off a little earthy, slightly powdery, like a violet smell more so than iris, with a praline sweetness, kind of a dessert-like gourmandish sweetness, and then it dries into a more soft and powdery, typical designer iris kind of powder with more of a vanilla sweetness. This is really good. I love that earthy, violety smell that it gets in the top. I just got a hit of it spraying out in the air. Crazy strong stuff in the mid-30s to mid-40s range. Like, let's call it the $35 to $45 USD price point is what you can expect. I believe it's a 3.7 ounce, 4.2 ounce, sorry. Large bottle. You'll take forever to go through this. I gotta say, even if it's one of your favorite fragrances, because you don't need a lot of sprays. This is a 3 spray, 4 spray if you're feeling frisky kind of fragrance on my skin, because it is just so ridiculously strong. Great for those that like sweet and iris. It's Homme Le Parfum. Next, we've got one that I kind of consider a little bit of a hybrid, because it's kind of like a Ventus, it's kind of like Hachi Vibe, but it's also kind of like its own thing. It's Opon Supremacy, not only intense. So why do I say it's kind of its own thing? Sure, it's got the fruitiness that ties it to both of them, but it's loaded with black currant. It's a very inky, tart, fruity bomb early on with loads of oak moss. That's where you get your smoky nuance. It's earthy, spicy green. It even offers a little bit of a woody nuance, and it's really strong. You can get this one kind of in that $45-ish range, $40 to $50 range is what we'll call it. I love the way this one smells. It is pretty easy to go nose blind to. Honestly, everyone in this video kind of is. So even if it comes across a little weak after a few hours to you, it's probably your nose wearing out, because this is like 12 plus hours, crazy strong 2 to 3 hour projection, big time sillage. At least that's been my experience. This stuff is really strong. If it seems weak, 30 minutes and it's gone, bro. 20 minutes and it's gone, bro. Your nose wore out. It's not the fragrance. I'm telling you, it's not the fragrance. This stuff, very masculine, very powerful. Not too much to wear in the summer, I don't think. It is on the heavier side. But the rest of the year, spring, fall, and winter, this is a home run if you're looking for a really strong masculine fragrance. And it's Opon Supremacy, not only intense. Leading back to a gorgeous iris. This is more of an inspired by fragrance. This is kind of Fomo Parfum's take, which is owned by FragranceBuy.ca. Their take on Dior Homme Parfum with a twist. This is called Gary's Den. Now, Gary's Den very much smells like that leathery, powdery iris. A little bit of sweetness, musky, all that good stuff. But the twist here is the spiciness. You got coriander and cardamom that give a present, nice, more fresh, spicy tone than warm and spicy. And I really appreciate that. And this one's a beast. It's an absolute monster performer. It smells incredible. It really does. Like, I don't even see the point in getting Dior Homme Parfum's 100 ml bottle, because it goes for around $180 now. And look, Dior Homme Parfum is a masterpiece of a fragrance in my opinion. But this gets so damn close, does such a great job, and adds that spicy nuance twist that I really appreciate, that kind of makes it almost its own Dior Homme flanker in some ways. For 37 bucks, this is really hard to beat. I think it's phenomenal. Anybody looking for Dior Homme Parfum? Why spend the money when you can just get Fomo Parfums, Gary's Den, Le Parfum. Now I get every bit of 8, even 9, 10 hours of longevity. This one surprises me with its sillage. Even after projection calms down, I still can smell myself really easy. It's a traditional spicy aromatic, that spicy aftershave smell, with some modern twists like a little bit of booziness, a nice hit of vanilla. It's a gorgeous fragrance that doesn't get any love, and you can get it for around 30 bucks. It's Guy Laroche Drakkar Intense. I wore it not that long ago. I recently dusted off my bottle and gave it a spray. You can get it for like $29, $31, $32, something like that. For those of you that like the old school barbershop aromatics, you'll probably enjoy this. As long as you don't mind a little bit of absinthe, gives us this almost slight fresh boozy feel, almost like a vodka and lime. Kind of because it's a little limey citric, but has kind of this clear alcoholic tone to it. And then it dries into a nice creamy vanilla with, lavender and spices, which most barbershop fragrances are known for, right? I'm going to spray that again because it smells so damn good. My kind of jam. If you like timeless classic masculine, this is hard to beat and surprisingly good performer on top of that. Again, that's Guy Laroche Drakkar Intense. Another one that I get every bit of 8 to 9 hours of longevity on my skin. I've seen people say they get less. I've seen people say they get more. Everybody's different, but if you want a great interpretation of Bleu de Chanel on a budget, you might want to check out Missoni Parfum pour Homme. So this very much has that beautiful grapefruit heavy citrus, as well as the nice smoky nuance. It's woodsy, on the warmer side, but still has loads of freshness at the top. Not too spicy, but there's a little sprinkle of spice hiding in there. It's good stuff. Great atomizer, magnetic cap. You can get this for around $30, $35 roughly. It is basically Bleu de Chanel for a bargain. It's kind of how you can look at it. Now, is it as good as Bleu de Chanel? Close, but no cigar. Obviously, Bleu de Chanel is a little bit better. Both the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum, where this kind of falls in between the two, if I would say. It's got more of the darker nuance of the heavier, smoky nuance of the Eau de Parfum, with kind of the freshness of the Eau de Toilette. That's why I say it kind of falls in between the two, if you will. But for the price point, it's really hard to beat. I gotta say, there's a lot of great fragrances out there that smell like Bleu de Chanel, but for the money, this might be your best option, because at least for me, it performs really well. It's affordable. The quality is not too far off. It's not super synthetic. It's good stuff. You might want to look into it. Again, that's Missoni Parfum pour Homme. The main aquatic in this video. And this was the first fragrance I grabbed because it's such a poster child for the topic. Because for under 50 bucks, you can have a bottle of Azzaro Chrome Extreme. There's still an argument for it being my favorite. The Eau de Parfum is kind of taking the title at this point, but this is still a close second at worst. It smells like chrome mixed with Acqua di Gio's Profondo. Has that very oceanic saltwater vibe with that metallic citric tone of chrome. It is really good. 8 to 10 hours of longevity easy. Great projection for 2 hours. This is great. This is a lot of people's favorite version of chrome. If nothing else, for that reason alone, because it just performs so well and it still smells like a version of chrome. If you like chrome, you're going to like this flanker. It is very much an extreme take on the DNA. I think it's appropriately named, and for the money, it's hard to beat. It'll get you some compliments too if that's important to you. And it's Azzaro Chrome Extreme. Now for me, this is one of the most affordable, best smelling, best performing blue fragrances I've ever gotten my nose on. I love this. I love recommending it. I wore it recently. It is Salvatore Ferragamo Acqua Essenziale Blue. We've been talking about it a good bit here recently on the channel if you've been following along. All-time great affordable fragrance. 100 mLs go for around 40 bucks. You get testers for around 29. Just no 100 ml testers don't come with the cap. This is a 50 ml. But has a little bit of Dylan Blue meets a little bit of Bleu de Chanel. I had somebody yesterday in my shorts scent of the day video on this say it's a clone of Dylan Blue. Fun fact for you, sir. I hope you see this video. This came out in 2014. Dylan Blue came out in 2016. This is not a clone of Dylan Blue. This came out 2 years prior, though it does have some similarity in the scent profile to it. And I wouldn't call Dylan Blue a clone of this either. I think they're a great alternative to one another without being the exact same fragrance. But this is more of a powdery, sweet aromatic. A lot of lavender, a lot of tonka bean, and in between you get a little bit of citrus, a little bit of woods and ambroxan, and then you do get some cypriol oil that give it this nice, slightly earthy green facet to kind of ground the scent. It's nice and fresh, spicy. I love this fragrance. God, I love smelling this fragrance, and I love recommending it to you guys. And I love when I get the feedback. When somebody buys it off of my opinion, which always sample first if you can. But when somebody gets it off of my recommendation and they end up enjoying it and love to tell me about it, I love to hear it. Not going to say I don't, because for the money, it's definitely one of the best cheap cologne / cheap fragrances out there that actually lasts a long time. It's Acqua Essenziale Blue. Next is kind of a twist hybrid, because I don't really think it's a clone of any one particular fragrance. I kind of get a little bit of Nishane's Hachivat, a little bit of Anik. Smells like pineapple upside down cake to me. It is Lattafa's Bade'e Oud Honor and Glory, my favorite Lattafa fragrance at the recording of this video. It's sweet, it's fruity, it's woodsy, it's a little spicy. A lot of vanilla here for the sweetness. And like I said, pineapple, you get a lot of it. It adds to that sweetness. And it's a phenomenal performer. So good. Does lean a little on the feminine side because it's so gourmand, deliciously sweet. For some guys, that's just too feminine. I totally get that. But for guys that like gourmands, which I'm not a big gourmand guy, but I sure love the hell out of this. This is my favorite Lattafa fragrance. You can get this one in the mid-30s range, right around 40 bucks. I think that's high end at 40 bucks. This is great. I mean, this entire line, Oud for Glory, Amethyst, Sublime, and Honor and Glory, all four are spectacular fragrances from them. I have to say, Lattafa has been doing great with this line. I'm curious to see if and when they will do another flanker, because I have high expectation for it in the Bade'e Oud line. But A, this tone white and gold looks amazing on this bottle. Secondly, it performs great. It's a straight up beast. And then on top of that, C, it's a phenomenal smell for the money. I mean, it's really hard to beat. It checks all of the boxes if you like sweet. Lattafa's Bade'e Oud Honor and Glory. Disregard that batch code stuff. If you're interested in getting it, just get it, spray it, enjoy it. Just know that your nose might wear out to it because it's highly synthetic. It's Rasasi Hawas. Kind of an Invictus style fragrance with a bit more sweetness because of this beautiful plum note that really adds this juicy fruit smell, and a lot of spice. You get cinnamon and cardamom that really kind of dominate the heart of this fragrance. Give it a nice spicy edge. It's a straight up beast on my fragrance. I don't wear more than 3 or 4 sprays. It's crazy strong on me. And it smells absolutely fantastic. I wore its flanker Hawas Ice last week. I could have put that one here. That's a beast on my skin too for the money. But for around 50 bucks, this is worth the hype that it gets. No, it's on the more synthetic, sweet bubblegum, mass appealing side. It's a crowd pleaser through and through. It'll get you some compliments if you're worried about stuff like that. I mean, there's no guarantee it'll happen, but you're going to smell great when you wear this. Main thing is you need to enjoy how it smells on you because you're going to be wearing it, not other people. But man, this one had to be in the video because it really fits the criteria well because it smells great, it's affordable, it's a phenomenal performer. It definitely lasts a long time. Rasasi Hawas. Last but not least, this was referenced when we talked about Acqua Essenziale Blue. This deserves a spot in this video too, because if you think it's weak, your nose is wearing out, sir. Because Versace Dylan Blue, you can get 100 ml for around $50-ish. 50 mLs for $35, $40, $45 range. Very affordable stuff. And for being a blue fragrance, it's got some complexity because you get citrus, you get warm amber woods, aquatic notes, smoky notes, ambroxan. There's a little bit of spice here. There's a lot going on. Admittedly, I did not like this one at first. Ended up falling in love with it over time after a few wearings. And it's one that myself, I actually go very nose blind to after a little while. And it turns out I've gotten compliments 8, 9, 10, 11 hours into wearings in the past just to let me know that it's me. It's not the fragrance. So be wary of stuff like that, guys. Don't be fooled. Just because you can't smell it doesn't mean others can't. And it's an all-time great, versatile compliment getter. This kind of stuff matters to people. I get it. You want performance. You want a high compliment factor. You get both here. At least that's been my experience. And it's very affordable. Smells great to me. Might not smell great the first time you spray it. That was my experience. But sometimes you got to give a fragrance more than one spray to really see what it's about and see if you'll enjoy it. Because that's what happened with me with Dylan Blue. And it's definitely a great, long-lasting, affordable option. And that's Versace's Dylan Blue. That's the 10 that I have for you today, guys. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys of these 10, because they're all right here in front of me. What have you smelled? What are you familiar with? What did you not like? What are you interested in checking out that you've yet to get your nose on of these 10? I'm very curious on your thoughts. Definitely sound off down below in the comments. Until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 10 and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.